It's time for another Out and About with Jamie Grout shortcast on YouTube, my own YouTube channel, and also on outandaboutvithjamiegrout.com. And I'm excited to be back in the Newton Community Theater again, this time with Tim Blount, Rachel Fadley, and Matthew Earl. And these folks are involved in the Newton Community Theater presentation of My Fair Lady, a play that's been around for a long time. And I believe, maybe somebody can feel this, tickets go on sale, is it Monday?
I believe that's correct.
So. Okay, this coming Monday, which would be what? It's
26th.
Memorial Day, actually.
May 26th.
May 26th, okay. And I don't know which one of you wants to field this question, but who can tell me what My Fair Lady is all about?
Rachel, we'll give that one to you.
Okay. Well, it's based on actually, it goes back to a Greek story, but we're going to skip several thousand years. And it was rewritten as a story called Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw, and later was developed into a movie. The movie came first, and then from the movie it was developed into a musical.
All right. And so you're the musical director for
I
this.
am.
Big job.
Yeah.
But this is not your first rodeo.
No,
You've done this
I've
kind
done
of thing
many,
before.
many times.
I believe I was in a play, was it Oklahoma?
You were in Oklahoma.
And you were the musical director for that. How many musical numbers are there in this, Rachel? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think the last number that we turn to is number 28.
Okay.
So then 2 acts, there are 28 musical pieces.
And you have an orchestra.
I have an orchestra, 15 pieces.
15 pieces. Wow, crazy. Okay.
They're amazing.
Okay. And Matthew, tell us about your role in this play.
I play Colonel Pickering, which is, so going back to the storyline, it's essentially 2 rich guys that essentially make a bet as to whether or not they can take someone off the streets and give them the skills through proper speech and etiquette to pass off as someone in the higher class, and I play one of the characters that makes that bet at the beginning.
Now, I'm not sure about the plot, but do you throw out challenges then, and do you try to make it difficult for him to...
Oh, no.
No?
I'm rooting for,
you
for
are?
the character.
Oh,
Yes.
you are? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, because I've really never seen it. I know about some of the songs inside the play in the movie, but I'm not really familiar with that, so I'm looking forward to finding about this. Tim Blount, the man to my left and to your right, is the lighting director here. Are there quite a few lighting changes in this, Tim?
This is challenging because it takes place in different sets, from Covent Garden in London to the apartment or house of Henry Higgins and Colonel Pickering, to the Ascot horse race, the Embassy Ball, Streets pub, and all those different places on our stage. And so with the lighting, we have to try and create those different looks so that the audience can see that we're in different places, even though it's on the same stage. And the set that you see, and your viewers can't see, is transformed through that and through some stage trickery into different locations.
Tim, you've done lighting for a long time here at the Newton
I have.
Community Theater. How has the technology changed over the years?
Radically. When I first started here, we had what they call a 2-scene preset board with 16 channels. We're now computerized. We have lights that change colors all by themselves. All of the cues are pre-programmed, so when it comes time to run the show, it's just a matter of knowing when to push a button, and the computer does the rest.
Wow, that is amazing.
So it's gone to quite a higher level. And of course, back in our high school days, you may recall, we had a huge thing with great big levers that
Yes.
you had to pull, and you had to remember not to touch certain ones because they're dangerous.
I did that myself,
Yes,
as a matter of
indeed.
fact. I remember, and it was in the gym
It was in the gym.
at the high school.
Yes,
you bet.
indeed.
Now, Rachel, as I recall, when I was in Oklahoma, you had an interesting way of communicating with the actors on stage. It was like a TV set or
Yes.
something like that. Are you still doing that?
Yes.
How do you communicate
So
with the actor? You might
what's-
explain to our
what's-
viewers about that.
Yeah, what's unique is in a professional house, Broadway house, the orchestra is usually in what we call the pit, and it is underneath the front of the stage. Well, we don't have, I mean, I suppose we could, and I think in years gone by, they did have the orchestra in the front. But now our pit is behind the stage, elevated, and we're like sardines in a can. We have 15 people in this space, and with all of their instruments, and I have a television monitor, and there's a camera on me, and there is a monitor in the back in the light booth. And so when I can conduct the orchestra with one hand and cue the actors with the other hand by just looking at the camera, and then my image appears behind.
It's just amazing. It really is. And it works. It really does work.
It works well.
Okay. Matthew, tell us about your acting experience.
Well, I actually started off college studying theater and musical theater. That's actually how my wife and I met. My wife, who actually plays Eliza Doolittle in the show.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
But we met doing theater and musical theater in college, dated, got married, continued to do theater for a little while, and then went a different course into the medical field, and for the next 15 years doing different various school and professional activities in the medical field. And then after a long hiatus of doing that and having kids, came back to it in the community theater scene, first in Carroll, where my wife and I used to live.
I used to live in Carroll.
Oh, yeah.
Nice town.
So we did some shows over there at the Carroll Community Theater, and then moved here about 4 years ago, and since have been participating here.
Well, I've done radio for about 50 years now, and we did South Pacific, and guess which role I had? It was that of the radio man, huh? Typecasting. Yeah, you bet, you bet. Now, your wife is Eliza Doolittle in this. Now, as I recall, it was everybody in that was Brit. Did she have any trouble with the British accent, or did she pick up on that, or they even doing the British accent in this?
Well, this is where I brag about my wife, but my wife is an incredibly talented actress who has been acting probably since she could walk.
Oh, okay.
She grew up in a theater family, and so she has been probably in about 100 different shows.
Wow.
So she's got an incredible amount of talent, and while the accent is challenging, it's something that she's definitely up for the challenge.
All right,
and
great.
does very well.
Well, we need to wrap this up. Who wants to tell us the presentation dates for My Fair Lady at the Newton Community Theater?
Well, we open a week from tonight, so that is May 30th and 31st, and then Sunday, June 1st. And the Friday and Saturday shows are 7:30, and the Sunday matinee is at 2. And then we finish our run the following week, June 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
Again, so it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I can attest that the crew that you see here in the video, and Wanda Blount, great director. I always tell Wanda, I never miss a chance to tell her how impressed I was at her directorial abilities when I saw Les Mis. It was wonderful, and I guarantee you're going to see a wonderful performance with My Fair Lady coming to the Newton Community Theater real soon. Get your tickets. If you're seeing this before Memorial Day, tickets will be going on sale Memorial Day and then afterwards. And then I believe they're on sale over the noon hour after that and an hour before the show starts. So get your tickets at the Newton Community Theater. You're going to love My Fair Lady. So
one quick thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Matthew.
Actually, something new that they've started is online ticket sales.
Oh, okay.
Which is something new that's being started by the NCT.
Okay.
That they'll be able to utilize for this as well if they're not able to make it out to the ticket booth.
Okay, and
beforehand.
I'm not sure the website on that. Do you know? I think it's NCT or something like that, .com. Or,
Well, and the Facebook page would be able to direct you to
yeah.
the Newton Community Theater website.
or just Google it. Yeah, whatever.
There you go.
Yeah. So get your tickets to My Fair Lady, or give us a call, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Out and About with Jamie Grout and the video shortcast version. If you want to know more details about My Fair Lady, check out the audio version at outandaboutwithjamiegrout.com and all the podcast platforms. And I'm going to go ahead and ask my director to hit that little black button on the camera. Thanks for joining.